What's up guys, in this video, we are going to go through all 25 event tokens for the hunt in Roblox. It took a while, so if this helps you out, make sure to smash that like button, hit subscribe, also comment below your favorite game from the event. Some of these are more difficult than others. I'll also be rating these at the end of each token, giving you my difficulty on a scale from 1 to 10. Some of them, I'll be going into more detail than others because some are super easy and pretty self-explanatory. Some require a little bit more effort in the details. Most of these were pretty fun to do, some were a little annoying, but I discovered some fun games from this event, so that's always a good thing. Some of the games I play now I discovered from old hunt events. Let's get right into it. Let's get our first token. As you walk into the event area, boom, you get your first token. Easy enough, let's go one token down. And unfortunately, that will be the easiest token you get all day. But no worries, we will actually get to play some games now. You get the cool cutscene, then you head on into the games and pick an event you want to do. I'm not going to be going in any specific order. I'm just going to do whatever I see and want to do first. But we will review all 25 in this video. You can also see all the games by clicking on the tracker on the left-hand side of your screen, and then clicking the grid. It will teleport you to the game you want to if you click on it. First game is Natural Disaster Survival. Some of the descriptions for these games are a little bit off, so I don't 100% go by the description inside of the event. You will see the actual details inside of the game. For this game, this one is pretty straightforward, especially if you played Natural Disaster Survival before. All you need to do is get 3 wins. To win a round, you just have to be alive at the end of the round. This game is all about surviving natural disasters. If you don't know what a natural disaster is, some examples are hurricanes, tornadoes, tsunamis, blizzards, and others. I'll go through a round or two to show you what you need to do. But each round is a little different because the maps are different and the disasters can be a little bit different. Alright, so this one is an avalanche. All you have to do is survive this and you get a win. Each round is about a couple minutes. So as long as you survive, you should not take you very long at all. Although some disasters are much harder to survive than others. Bro, there was somebody running down the avalanche. That man is nuts. Cool, we survived. Only 2 more to go. Here comes a tsunami. And it got me, GG. Like I said, somewhere a little bit tougher than others. Let's fast forward to me getting 3 wins. Once I survived this, I got the token. GG. Click the claim token at the top of your screen and the token will spawn behind you and you just have to walk into it to claim it. On to the next one. My rating for the difficulty of this one is this. Next one. Let's go. Bayside High School, here we come. Okay, when you load in, go to the side where it says to hunt and you're going to teleport into the game. Click play. Once you're in, you're going through this cutscene, which I'm going to skip most of it. And then you're going to actually get into the event game after you click grab the phone on the ground. Another cutscene, and then now you're in the game. Purpose of the game is to get across to the token without dying. I would turn your volume up so you don't get hit by a train. It will help you a little bit. It shows you the controls. Now you're off. Watch me speed run this. Take your time, you're not in a rush. Make sure you also don't fall into the water. These green patches of grass, you can sit and relax for a second if you need to. And also, you can wait for a big plank of wood if you want to make it easier so you don't fall in the water. Right here I'm waiting for a big wood plank just so I don't take the chance of falling into the water. Make sure you have your sound up or you pay attention to those red lights that show the train is coming. And we did a good job. Here's my rating for this one. On to the next game. Next up is Basketball Legends. Right when you load into the game, it will prompt you to teleport to the event. Head over to this court here and wait on a space. You need 4 people total to begin. For this you have to beat an AI in a game to 21. The hardest part about this is getting 3 other people to join you honestly. Once you get the 4 people, you'll spawn onto the court. You need to score 21 points to win. You can either shoot or dunk the ball. To shoot, hold down the shoot button until it turns green. It goes super fast, so don't hold it down too long. If you don't know how to shoot, just pass to someone that looks like they know what they're doing. You don't have to score any points yourself. Just as a team you have to get to 21. Once you get to 21, congratulations, you win. This is my rating for this one. Next step is Infection Gunfight. To get this badge, you have to play the Infection, Hero Mode or Infection, Terminator modes, and get 200 scores. To get scores, you either have to kill someone or win the mode. For example, I'm a zombie right now. For me to get scores, I have to infect humans. To infect humans, go up to them and attack them. If you were a human, you would do the opposite and try to kill zombies. After the round, you can keep checking your score by clicking on menu and see how many scores you got. I just joined and I got 20 scores for that round as a zombie. Your goal in this game as a human is to destroy all the zombies. And as a zombie to destroy all the humans. It's much easier to win as a zombie in this game. But it's still fun to try to win as a human. I'll be back once I have enough scores to claim the token. Alright guys, we got the 200 scores. It took a little while, I don't know exactly how long, but maybe like 25 to 30 minutes of gameplay. But this game is pretty fun, so it wasn't a painful experience. Make sure you go into the menu and click on the hunt to claim it. Here's my score for this event. Back to the game hub. Next up is Chained. This one you need to people for, so that already upped the difficulty a little bit. Luckily, I have someone that I could play with who's pretty good. But if you don't, you have to find somebody inside the game lobby. Head over to the event portal and go in there. Then you have to link up with somebody. Each of you will be a different color. One will be blue, and one will be red. You can only jump on the platforms that are your color. Sometimes you will need your partner to do the platform for you and then pull you up afterwards. There are also those red checkpoints that you could go to, which is nice because if you die, you will just respawn at the most recent checkpoint. So for example, my partner is red, so he has to jump on this, get to the next level, and then pull me up. Unfortunately, this event relies on having a decent partner, which may be difficult. You can't do this one by yourself. Do you have a decent partner? That should take maybe between 10 to 20 minutes. It may take longer if your partner stinks. But the good thing is you pretty much have unlimited lives because you can just keep responding at the most recent checkpoint. Once you get to the top, you'll see the token and congrats, you won. My rating for this one. Next up, I'll head over to Spongebob Tower Defense. For this one, would you spawn and you can click on the event button on the right hand side of your screen. This will automatically teleport you over to the event area. Going to these blue event areas and you will spawn into the game mode. I recommend going in by yourself because it gets more difficult the more people you add in. To start, I would place the Barnacle Boy Patrick. He's a decent starter unit. You could place him around this corner. And another one here. I would probably take this game out at 1x speed. I sped it up to 2x speed at one point, but he got a little bit overwhelming. We're going to need to spread out your units around this pretty well. Next unit I would save up for is Mr. Krabs. He's your strongest unit. You could place one up front around this corner. Sandy has very good range, so you could place a sand here too. You won't be able to hold all the units off here because someone will get by for sure. So just keep an eye on all the units and you're going to want to spread out some more of your units around the map. I would definitely place most of your units around this front corner here. But you're also going to want to place them more in the back to fight off the ones that get past. Just like any other tower defense game, you're going to want to place units around corners so they can reach the most amount of area possible. Also, you can start working on upgrading your unit up front as well. Just keep an eye on everything because there's a lot spawning at once. You don't want too much to get by and kill you. For example, a couple units get past, so I'm placing a few units back here to clean up. This back spot is pretty good for some units too. Like I said, make sure you keep an eye on everything going on, because stuff gets by quick and if you don't take care of them, they can do a lot of damage to your base. I had to place some units in the back just to clean up, but that is fine. You can leave them back there. It's going to be a lot going on towards the end. If I were to upgrade units, I would upgrade Mr. Krabs before anyone else, since he is your best unit. Mermaid Man Spongebob is pretty good damage for bosses also. So if you want to place a few of those up front, that would be a good idea also. Wave 15 is the final wave and Cyborg Plankton is the final boss. Once the Cyborg Plankton gets past your front units, you could sell all of those units and start placing them towards the back. So far so good, he's going down pretty well. But now he's out of my front unit's range, so I'm going to sell those and place them back towards where I placed the Sandy earlier. Let's sell these and then place a couple in the back. Whatever you can afford is fine. Place them down in the best spots possible. Upgrade whatever else you have back here, you should be good to go. And he's down. Good job, guys. Once the match is over, you automatically get the token. And we are all set. My rating for this one is back to the event lobby. Next up is Rivals. Once you're in the lobby, go over to this area over here that says Trainee Terminal. You have to come over here before you start the event. After you start, this crazy chicken will spawn and you have to talk to him to start the event. All you need to do is eliminate 5 players in a 2 versus 2 match. And it doesn't have to be one match, it could be multiple. And then do a 1 versus 1. You don't have to win. This game is like any other shooting game inside of Roblox. Aim at your opponent, shoot them, and hopefully eliminate them before they eliminate you. There's a training area in the lobby you can go to practice a little bit if you need to. All the matches are 1st to 5, so you have to eliminate your opponent 5 times before they eliminate you 5 times. I feel bad cause I low-key smoked this kid. He almost got a win versus me in the last match, but I shut them out 5-0. Sorry buddy. You don't need to win though. Just do a 1 versus 1 and you will complete the first quest. Now let's do a 2 versus 2. You could just click on the take me to a 2 versus 2 and it'll load you into a match. This one is a little bit different because you actually have to get eliminations. You need 5 total, but it doesn't have to be in one match. It could be spread out through as many as you need. This one I only got 3 eliminations, so I had to do another one to finish the quest. Once you're done, come back to talk to the chicken and claim your token. Congratulations, you did it. Here's my rating for this one. Back to the lobby we go. Alright, next step is Hell's Kitchen. Once you load in, you have to talk to Gordon Ramsay over here to start the quest. I already clicked on him and started it, but if you didn't already, he gives you the quest to make 5 exceptional dishes. Once you got the quest, head over to the circle to load into the game. This game is like a survivor style game, but instead of random challenges, it's all cooking challenges. After you load in, Gordon Ramsay explains the game and then separates you into teams. After he does that, the first challenge is to make a random dish that he will give you and you have to serve it to the chefs. My dish I'm cooking this time is fish and chips. It's pretty easy to make an exceptional dish for the quest. As long as you don't mess up the bad, you'll be able to do it. The game walks you through everything pretty much. If you click on the star button up top, it'll actually give you an arrow or line to show you exactly where to go next. It'll give you step-by-step instructions on what to do. The faster you go, the higher the score you get. Now we gotta mix it. It shows you exactly where to go. Well, head over to the bowls over here. Mixing, you just need to spin your mouse or finger in a circle to mix everything together. For this one, I would make sure your volume is turned up, because you want to take it out as soon as the buzzer beeps. The quicker you take it out when the buzzer beeps, the better score you get. I don't have my game volume on for this video, but my reaction time is insane. 98% not bad. Now I have to cook it too. Boom, 98% again. Now we have to assemble it and then we serve it to the chefs and hopefully we get another dish completed. Perfect. Another exceptional dish. You need to do this 5 times. Because this is a survivor-like game, you could get voted off if your team loses. But all you need to do is join back in. I survived this round. There's also some mini games in between sometimes. Like this one is a parkour hobby. If you beat it, you get some XP in the game. This doesn't give you anything for the hunt. Next round you can make multiple dishes. Make as many as you can as fast as you can. One more dish, I'm all set. And we did it, guys. I only got a 70 to score for that, but it was good enough for Gordon, so it's good enough for me. Let's head back to the main lobby and collect our token. Once you talk to Gordon, you're all set. Here's my rating for this one. Let's see what game is up next. Clip it. This game is a little bit funky with the format, so I'm just gonna show you exactly what you need to do. It's super easy though. You just need to complete these 3 quests in the game. You have to watch 20 clips, add 3 items to your avatar, and then publish a clip with a filter and a song. When you're watching the 20 clips, make sure you watch the full thing or else it won't count. You'll see the quest completion on the top right-hand corner of your screen. You have to do each quest in order, also won't count either. So make sure you do them in order and he will be all set. This one was super easy too. Here's my rating. Next up is Eat the World. Once you get to Eat the World, click on the Hunt button on the left-hand side of your screen to teleport into the Hunt world. I already beat it on this account, but it'll say you need 2,000 points to beat this mode. I'll show you how to get points, but first you're going to want to eat the world by picking up blocks, then eating them to get bigger. You need to get bigger size so you can pick up food and feed the big yellow noob that's behind me. I'll show you what to do. Once your size is big enough to pick up some food, you could pick it up and then throw it at the giant yellow noob for points. The bigger the food, the more points you get. Once his mouth is open, that means you're close enough to throw it in his mouth. If your size gets maxed out at the bottom, click on it to sell your size to get gold to upgrade your size. You want to be able to get around size 1000 or so you can pick up some of the bigger foods because it will speed up the process of getting this quest done. As you can see, my maximum size is 9000 because I upgraded a ton. If you get your max size around 1000, that should be good enough to complete this quest pretty fast. Just keep walking around the map and finding food to throw into the big noob's mouth. After you finish putting the last piece of food into the noob's mouth, he will spawn the token on his hand, and you could walk over and go grab it. After you grab it, congratulations, you won. This wasn't bad, it just took a little time, that's all. Here's my rating for this one. I'll head back to the game lobby and get the next token. Alright, what's up next? Entitled boxing game, here we come. Start this one, talk to the guy right when you spawn and to give you the quest. Coach Bring Us will give you the quest. You basically just have to answer all of his questions and make sure you actually want to accept the quest. I'll skip through some of the dialogue, but basically you have to box to people to get the badge. He tells you about these two evil people that may have stolen the token. I don't know how he lost his token if he's a coach, but whatever, we have to box them both. I've never played this game before this event, but it's pretty straightforward. That's how you can dodge your attacks. Light is a regular punch, heavy is a hard punch, and use block when they are attacking you. For the most part when I was attacking, I just spammed the light button, and then threw a couple heavy after I spammed light. And while they were attacking me, I just held down the block button. You only have a limited stamina, so you can't just spam attack, and you can't just spam block either. You have to knock them down 3 times to beat them. I think you also get to get knocked down twice, and if you get knocked down 3 times you lose. I didn't get knocked down very often, I think doing this a few times. Every time they get knocked down, they power up a little bit, but they're still pretty easy to beat. Also have your special attack after you get to 100%. It's down there at the bottom and will light up when you can use it. It does a ton of damage to them, but if you miss it goes back down to 70%. Not a huge deal. Watch me emote on this dude. That was disrespectful. Also make sure you dash away and dodge these attacks. And he's down, GG. And of course, this nerd doesn't have the token. Talk back to coach and then he will give you the challenge of fighting the other person you need to fight. The strategies are going to be the same. They might be a little bit tougher, but it's pretty equal between both of them. Hop back in and use the same strategy I said before. Throw a bunch of light punches mixed in with a few heavy. And then when they're attacking you, make sure you hold down block. Use your special move whatever you can. Once you win, you will automatically get the token after the match. Not too bad honestly. Here's my rating. Back to the lobby. Let's see what's next. Blade League it is. Let's go. For this, you have to score 5 goals and play a 2 versus to match. Pretty straightforward. The 5 goals can be spread throughout several matches if needed. And then the 2 versus to, you don't even have to win the match. This game is exactly like Blade Ball, except you can actually score goals when you hit the ball. You have to hit the ball into the other person's goal to score, and you have to protect your own goal. All you have to do is click your screen to hit the ball. Pretty straightforward. I absolutely smoked this kid 5-1, and my first match ever. Now we just have to do it to versus to and I'm all set. To enter into a 2 versus to match, just go over to the match area and hop in a 2v to square and load it into a match. Doesn't matter if you win or lose, you just have to play one. We got smoked, but I got the token. That's all that matters. Here's my rating for this quest. Back to the hunt game lobby. Let's see what's up next. A dusty trip, here we come. Head over to one of the squares that says the hunt. You can go with up to 4 people. The more people, the easier it is, I believe. But I just went in with one other person, my friend. Once you're in, go up to this car and grab the pieces that were on the ground and place them onto the cart where they belong. In the normal game, you have to set up the whole car, but you only have to set up a few pieces for this mode. You can put gas in if you want, but I don't think you'll run out of gas. There's plenty of gas in the car. If you're by yourself, hop in the driver's seat and start driving. Driving in this game is like driving in any other Roblox game. If at the top of your screen, the number is going up, that means you're going in the right direction. Make sure you stay on the road as best as you can. If you're not moving, and you're not sure why, make sure that the handbrake in the middle of the car is not up. He will not move if the brake is up. And of course, make sure you start the engine, which is the red button on the top of your screen. I can't see it right now because I'm in the passenger seat, but you'll see it if you're driving. And buddy flipped us over. Nice job, pal. The car will automatically flip back over though, no problem. The first boss battle is around 800 meters. Once the dialogue starts up top, you can get out of the car and start walking towards the trail. Your car won't be able to go any farther anyway. Once you're in the middle, this crazy lumberjack will jump out. You have to avoid all of his obstacles and then shoot him with a gun once you're able to. You will see an animation when you are able to. The first obstacle is escaping these trees. You will see red striped lines on the ground where the trees will fall. Make sure you avoid those or else you will get damaged. The second one is he will throw his axe at you. He will have a red beam face at you. When this happens, make sure your sprint is on and just run away as fast as possible right when you see the red beam. Every time the red beam comes towards you, make sure you sprint the opposite direction. Then there's these yellow saws that come at you. Avoid their path at all costs. Don't panic though and just run around randomly or also get hit by a ton of saws and die. You're better off just standing in a single spot and moving slightly. Those are all 3 obstacles you have to worry about during this boss fight. Each time you do damage to him, the next series of obstacles get harder and harder, so make sure you're on your toes. After a few obstacles, you'll be able to start shooting him, and we'll see in just a second. Okay, now you could shoot him. Grab a gun that he spawns on the ground and shoot him. It will do about 1/3 of his health, and then you have to go through another set of obstacles, but they're the same ones as I just said. You could drop your gun on the ground for later or hold onto it the whole time. It doesn't matter, and my friend died, and he has no Robux. He already beat this challenge though, so I don't think he's gonna respawn. So it's just gonna be me for the rest of the way. Alright guys, first boss down, hop back in your car and just keep driving until you reach the next area. I'm going to warn you, this is in my opinion one of the hardest hunt tokens to get. So if you have some spare Robux, this may be the game to use them. I maybe wouldn't use them on the first boss unless you have a ton of Robux, but if you can get to the second boss, I would think about using Robux to revive. The next boss is around 2,100 meters, same thing as last time. Park your car, hop out, and then start walking towards the middle. The boss will spawn in just a second. And here we go, similar type of challenge, but slightly different obstacles. The first one, he throws his pickaxe at the ceiling and some red lava lines spawn and you have to jump over them. The first time he does this, it's pretty easy since they go pretty slow, but they go faster as the challenge goes on. Then he'll throw something at you. A red line will come towards you, and right when you see that red line, make sure your sprint is on and then just run away from it, and then you can stop until the next one comes towards you. This boss spawns some minions. Make sure you go grab a gun and you want to run away backwards and shoot them as you're running away. You want to make sure you have your sprint on. They go down pretty easily. Just make sure you don't get hit by them. They do a lot of damage. They also jump sometimes, which is pretty annoying. But they're relatively slow, so you can outrun them while running backwards. After they go down, he spawns these red circles on the ground. Make sure you avoid the circles at all costs. Make sure your sprint is on and keep moving around. Keep the gun in your hand after you fight the minions, and then you could shoot him when he's vulnerable. And then you just go through the same cycle again until you beat him. My health got pretty low here cause I wasn't paying attention, so be careful that these minions don't hit you. They hit pretty hard. Once the boss goes down, get back in your car and get out of here ASAP. I didn't realize this, but if you don't get out, you get trapped in the mines and die. I had to actually revive because of this. This didn't happen to me the first time, but my car got stuck. That's why it's good to have some Robux if needed. Rip me. Let me spend some Robux real quick and be right back. Damn, I responded without my car. That sucks. I guess I'm walking to the next area. See you guys in a second. Wow, that was quick. Right around 3,000 meters, you are on the final boss. First thing she spawns in are some ice cyclones. They just go randomly around the room. They don't chase you or anything, so you can kind of hide in a corner and hope for the best. Okay, make sure you have your sprint on. This is important. She starts to shoot you with ice. When you see that pink circle spawn on the ground next to you, you have to run immediately as fast as you can in the opposite direction. Is it similar to the last boss where she spawns stuff on the ground that you just have to avoid? Don't be on top of one of the blue circles. Have your sprint on and keep running around. After that, she spawns in some minions. Grab a gun and shoot them. Same thing as the last boss. She then does the icicle throwing again. Make sure you have some stamina and you want to run as fast as you can the opposite direction right when you see the pink circle spawn. When you can, shoot her, and then you have to repeat the cycle a few more times and you're all set. This was honestly pretty hard, so if you got this token done, congrats. This was not easy. My rating for this one is... Let's head back into the lobby for the next one. Alright, what's up next? It girl? It is. Let's go. Alright guys, after Dusty Trip we have a nice easy one to do. Here's what we have to do for a girl. Play 2 games. Get 25 hearts, and give 30 hearts. To earn hearts you get them during the voting stage of the game. This game is similar to Dress to Impress if you've ever played that before. You dress up according to the theme as best as possible, and you go on a runway to show it off. Alright, so this theme is movie character. So your job is to dress up as best as possible as a movie character. I'll be right back and show you guys how I look on the runway and how to earn hearts and vote for hearts. Hi guys, we're on the runway. You have to give out 30 hearts for the token. So if you want, just give everyone 5 hearts. You will have to games to give this out, so it should be very easy. Even if you give everyone the default 3 stars, you'll probably get it. Here's mine guys, I'm Agatha Harkness. Not technically a movie character, but whatever, I think I killed it. You definitely want to at least try a little bit so people will actually give you hearts. Dang, I came in 6th, but I got 26 hearts. Already completed 2/3 of the quest already. I just need to do one more event, be right back. And we're done guys. For some reason, the claim button was bugged, so I had to leave and rejoin. So if that happens to you, just leave and rejoin and then claim it and you should be good. A nice easy one. Here's my rating. Next game up. Fisch, here we come. You can start by talking to this guy for the hunt quest, and then he will give you the quest. Quest is catch 10 fish, open the bait crates, and then talk to the Easter Bunny on Sunstone Island. For some reason, it looks like it auto-completes to catch 10 fish if you've ever played this game before and caught fish before. But if you haven't, I'll show you how to fish real quick. Click on your fishing rod in your inventory. Hold down the rod when you're near the water and it will cast your line. Then just click on shake on your screen until it goes away. Once it goes away, you'll see this thing on the bottom of your screen. You have to keep the white bar on that line for you to catch the fish. Once you have it on the line for long enough, congratulations, you caught the fish. Just do this 9 more times for the quest. To get bait crates, just come over here to the dock. Buy 2 in the shop in your inventory. Just click on them and they click your screen anywhere to open both of them. If you don't have the money to afford the bait crates if you're new, go to the merchant up here and sell your fish so you can get cash. Just click sell, or sell your inventory. Now head down to the shipwright to spawn in a boat. I can't remember if you automatically get a vote or you have to buy one. But if you have to buy one, just fish a little bit and then sell them and buy the cheapest boat. Once you have a boat, spawn it and over here go in the water and then start driving it. You will see the names of all the islands pop up on your screen once you're on the water. We are going to Sunstone Island. There it is. Drive your boat on over and I'll show you where to go for the Easter Bunny. You can park your ship around here. You're going to want to climb this ladder right here. Once you're up, head over to the left and you'll see the Easter Bunny's name pop up on your screen. Ask for the Sunstone present. Once you get it, return to the guy we talked to when we first joined. Congratulations, you got this token. Here's my rating for this one. Let's head back to the hunt lobby. Let's see what's next. Regretivator, you're up. For this one, it's an elevator game that has random levels you have to survive. Some are super easy and some are a bit challenging, but overall this is an easy one. You can click quick play to join. You'll have to survive 7 floors. Some floors you can't even die on, others you have to do some obstacles. I'm not even sure what you need to do on this one, but I'm just gonna run around. Same thing with this floor, just gonna run around. Each floor lasts around a minute or two, so it shouldn't take too long. Just be careful not to die so you don't have to wait and spawn back in for the next round, but it's not a big deal if you do. If you survive 7 floors, congrats, you're all set. He leaves the token in the elevator, so make sure you grab it. My rating for this one. Back to the lobby we go. Pet Simulator 99, you're up next. When you join in the game, if you've never played before, you have to pick out some pets, so grab a couple of those. Then head over to this teleport area right here. But this one, you have to complete a tier to raid. You could do it with as many people as you need. The more the better for this one, honestly. I soloed it and it kind of took a long time. So when you do the raid, I would set it so anyone can join. Set it so you have the join option is open. I'm having my friend join me so we can get it done a little bit faster. All you have to do to complete a raid is destroy all the coin piles inside of an area. Then once you do, you move on to the next area and then do that again. You do this over and over again until you get to the end. The coin piles get more difficult as you progress. Because this is my first time playing, I have like no boost or anything, so these piles aren't going down very fast. I forget how long it took me my first time, but it took quite a while. This isn't difficult, it's just more of a grind. Like this 400 coin pile is going to take me forever. Luckily, there's 2 of us. I did say in the chat for someone to come save us. So if you can get someone that's good, they could make this go by 10 times faster. And that's what happened, we were saved. You could definitely solo this no problem, but it just takes a while to grind for. Try your best to get someone else in here with you. Once you unlock the last door, you are all set. I don't think you have to do anything special, like I said. If you're new, this may take a while, so here's my rating for this one. It's easy, just a little bit annoying. That's why it's a little bit higher than some of the other ones. Anyway, back to the hunt lobby. Tower Defense Simulator, here we come. When you spawn in, you'll see the portal to the new event right in front of us. You only have to be on easy mode. I was actually shocked about this one because Tower Defense Simulator missions are usually extremely hard, so I'm happy we only have to be on easy mode. I'm going to beat this with a few other people. But you can easily solo this. It's probably easier solo, honestly. If you're in the lobby and you need to get to the event, just go to the event area and walk through the portal. Once you spawn in, you will be asked for a loadout. You could honestly probably beat it with any loadout, but I like the tactician the best if you're going to solo. I'm taking the marksmanship because somebody already is taking tactician. But this is easy mode, so you can kind of do whatever you want and still probably beat it. I'll give you a few tips, but otherwise, as long as you know how to play a tower defense simulator game, there should be pretty straightforward. This big area right here where I'm standing right now is probably the best area to place our units. They'll cover the most ground here. You could place some starter unit up front just to get something going. But I would place the bulk of your units in this area right here. Either one of these areas in between where I just placed. My unit is good, they both cover a ton of area. You can probably auto-skip the first several waves. You shouldn't have too much trouble, you can slow it down towards the final waves. In any tower defense game, you're going to want to place your cheaper units first just to get the early waves down. And then once everything is going smooth, you can save up for your more expensive units to place those down. Luckily, this mode for this token doesn't have a crazy strategy. So you can kind of freelance what you want to do. We pretty much auto-skip the entire game until this wave right here. There's only 15 waves, so just keep an eye out for that. You shouldn't have too much trouble. Just keep upgrading everything because you get a ton of cash for the last wave. Also, if any of your towers have abilities, make sure you're spamming those, especially something like Commander. The boss doesn't get too far, the bulk of the units are around this corner right here, so once he gets here he's finished. Once the boss goes down, it just takes a few seconds and then congrats, you got your token. This was honestly one of the easier tower defense events so far. but we'll see what the mega token how hard it gets. My rating for this one. Next up, Car Crushers 2. Let's hop in. Alright, you're going to get this quest inside the mission hub. You can click on the hunt token in the top right-hand corner of your screen to pull this up. It may be slightly different than mine, but the second part one believe is the same for everybody. Spawn in a car. It doesn't matter which car, any car. For my quest, I have to reach 500 parts to unlock the waterslide crusher. To get parts, all you need to do is crash your car. The fastest and most efficient way to crash your car is to go back to the dealership and go into the custom crushers. The only ones you'll be able to access right now is the crushers in row 1, so head over to row 1. Now just driving to one of these crushers and your car will get demolished. This is how you get points for this quest. This one, for example, you have to just activate the button and your car will get demolished. After your car gets destroyed, you can just click the respawn button on the bottom of your screen. It's the yellow arrow. Do this a couple more times and you're good to go for this part of the quest. Next part, all you have to do is go down the waterslide crusher 3 times. The waterslide crusher will be in row 2. As you can see, the waterslide 1 is the one with water, obviously. Do this as a total of 3 times and you're all set with this one. For the next one, you need to earn $3,200. After you earn $3,200, go back into spawn a vehicle and you're going to want to buy the vehicle it tells you to in the next step. It's the car that cost exactly $3,200. This is what the car looks like after you finish the money step and buying the car step. Next step is to reach the bottom of the volcano. Just follow the arrows on your screen and the bright light on the map. This was bugged for me at first, so I had to leave and rejoin to redo it. It wasn't getting me to the next part. This is how it should look when you pass the first checkpoint. There we go. Once you pass this checkpoint, just follow the arrow to the next one and keep following the arrow. You're going to go up the volcano for this one. Once you reach this checkpoint, that part of the quest is done. Just keep climbing the volcano. It'll take you a minute or two, it's pretty high. Once you get up here, the last step is to jump down the volcano. You have to go down this giant slide. Also, when you're at the bottom, make sure you go on the ramp that tells you to, or else you won't complete the quest. I accidentally missed the ramp here. It's the green small ramp that I just drove by. Here we go again. And we did it. As long as you hit the ramp, you'll definitely go 100 meters. After you do, congratulations, you got that token. Back to the game lobby. My rating for this one is World 0, here we come. But this one, if you've never played, you just have to pick a class. I would just pick the Sword Master class. It's the easiest to use in my opinion. You can customize your character if you want, but not necessary. Click on the hunt button on the left-hand side of your screen to begin. You could try to find a party if you can. The more people, the easier it is, but you could easily solo it. I have to solo it here because there was no one else on, but it's pretty straightforward. You just have to defeat all the mobs to move on to the next area. All your attacks are in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. You have your special abilities that you could use when the cooldown is up. I recommend using those as much as possible. They get the mobs down much faster. Otherwise, just spam your regular attack to get them down. You have 3 lives, so don't worry too much, and your health regenerates pretty fast. Also at the top of your screen, it shows how many mobs are left in this area before you can move on to the next area. I did this event twice and I didn't die once, so it should be pretty easy. Just don't take on too much at once. Just go one by one. After you defeat all the mobs in the area, the gate will open to the next area. Just repeat what we just did. There are several areas you have to beat before you get to the boss. Once you get to the boss, keep up the same strategy we just did. Spam your basic attack when you can and use your special attack when they're off cooldown. Obviously, you want to avoid the fire that he breathes. And anything you see in the ground you want to avoid. To get out of the way fast, make sure you use your dash button on the bottom of your screen. He also spawns heal circles that you can heal in if you're low on health. Your health auto regenerates anyway, but this will just make it go faster. Like I said, just avoid anything that he spawns on the ground. This fight took me around 5 minutes or so. so just be patient. He will fly up in the air sometimes also, so just hang around and don't get hit by anything when he's in the air. When he's dead, congrats, you won. The token will spawn somewhere on the map. You can't miss it. Just make sure you grab it before you leave. Good job, guys. On to the next one. My rating for this one is... Okay, next one up is Untitled Tag Game. Let's head in. To get this token, you just have to earn $350. To earn money, you have to win rounds and tag people. There are various games you can play, some are easier than others to get cash. You'll see your cash progress on the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Once you have the $350 cash, you can click on the button and buy the token. Each tag you get is only worth $5. So your best bet is to win rounds with your team and you'll get $50 for each round won. That's how I got the token eventually, because tags took way too long. It took me a while, but I got it. Some modes are way better than others to earn cash, and some way easier to win at the end of it. Once you have the cash, go into the hunt button I showed you earlier on the left-hand side of your screen, and buy the token and you got it. My rating for this one is... Let's see what's next. Oh no, pressure it is. When you go into the game and asked if you're here for the event, click yes. Hopping into a submarine and you will spawn into the game. You can only solo this. Do you have some spare Robux? It might be the game to hold onto it and use it. You may need to revive. But if you're good at the game, you may not need to. I'm not that good, but I'll show you how to do it anyway. Okay, when you load in, you can skip the wait and click the button. Then the doors will open. Head over here to grab the passcode for the first door. I believe it's in the same spot for everybody. You have a flashlight, which will help you see, and you have a beam in the second lot of your inventory. This will scare away the scary skeletons you will see soon. There are some doors that require a passcode. I think it's around 3 doors, but I'm not positive. There's a total of 40 doors you have to go through. Game hasn't started just yet. This is the easy part. You could pick stuff up as you're going along. If you want, I think it's just cash for the game. There is some health injections throughout the mat. If you see them, you might want to pick them up. It looks like a long red needle. Personally, I would not focus on picking up anything, because you're going to have to keep an eye on your buddy we're about to see. Alright, here he is. This is your friend. Keep an eye on him at all times. If you turn your screen and you're not looking at him, he will run very fast at you and hit you, and you'll lose 30 health every time he hit you. This guy will help you along the way. To move him from the door, just look away from your screen really quickly so he walks forward a little bit. I recommend pretty much the whole game just walking backwards so you have your eye on him at all times. He will also help you with a demon later. We'll go over that. Basically, your entire goal is to keep your eye on this guy the entire time as you're walking through doors. Also, to go through the door, you have to actually look at the door. So when you're near a door, flash your screen really quickly towards the door so it opens. But that's it. Make sure you're looking at him afterwards. I recommend turning your volume up and your brightness on your device as high as it goes. Okay, this is why you keep an eye on him the whole time. You see him get into that locker, that means a demon is coming. If you see this guy get into a locker, find a locker immediately. If you don't hop in, the demon will kill you instantly. You don't have to worry about keeping your eye on him when he hopped in a locker because he's not following you right now. Once the demon goes by, hop out of the locker and then respot him as fast as possible. Okay, good, there he is. So even though he will hit you if you're not looking at him, he also saved you from that demon, so you two are kind of friends. Okay, this is why you should have your volume up also. When you hear that thing coming, equip that item in your inventory and click your screen to flash it. You have to flash it before it comes to get you, or else it'll deal damage to you. Okay, we have pretty much seen everything that happens in this game. The rooms will get a little bit more difficult though when navigating them. They're not as straightforward as just walking backwards and you're walking to the door. Just make sure you always keep an eye on him. He will tell you when that demon is coming. Make sure he's always in your lineup sight. I would take your time for this game. Do not rush. If you miss him getting into a locker and you're not paying attention, you will die instantly from the demon. He also sometimes goes through vents and just pops up, so don't be worried. Okay, we're at a door with the passcode. You could tell because the door color is blue and not green. Also, just an FYI, so you don't get confused, the door that is red means that's the door you just came through. Do not go back in the door that is the wrong way. Also, the passcode will always be on top of a desk or something. It won't be in a drawer. While you're putting in the passcode, he won't attack you, so don't worry. He's a gentleman. See, the good boy is just sitting there. I'm about halfway done, so if I die, I will use a revive. If you die within the first 10 doors, I wouldn't bother using a revive. But if you get this far, you could revive. You can only use 2 revives per round. I just destroyed that skeleton. FYI, chat. I died and revived. It only cost me 30 Robux though, so not bad. Stupid skeleton came out of nowhere. Okay, we're nearing the end. I think there was only 1 or 2 more passcode doors. But remember, the passcodes are on top of desks. It won't be inside drawers. Okay, we're almost at the end. Come over here to this platform and click the button to go to the other side. Once over here, activate the bridge again. This will send your friend off. See you later, buddy. I don't think he's following us anymore, but I'm looking around just in case. I'm paranoid. I do not want to die. Go through the remaining doors. Yeah, now these guys are talking to me. Thanks for the help the whole time. You didn't tell me there was going to be Frankenstein following me around. Follow where I go to get to the submarine to get off this crazy place. Pull this lever on this green shining computer and turn around and grab your token. There's our friend. He had the token the whole time. You should have gave it to us. Head over to the submarine now. Once you're in, click this button to leave the black site. Now you are all set. Congratulations. If you finish this one, you're a beast. This was the toughest one in the whole event in my opinion. My rating for this one. Alright, back to the lobby. Arsenal, here we come. Once you load in, you'll get this cutscene. This is a continuation of the last event they did, which is pretty cool. The entire goal. This is basically getting through a bunch of different areas and defeating bad guys. Pretty straightforward, but not extremely easy necessarily. My main tip for this event is when you go into a new room, do not just run straight and open the door very slowly and peek around the corner to see what bad guys are in there. It's okay if you die because you will respawn at a checkpoint, but ideally you don't die at all. I think I may have died once or twice because I was too ambitious. Be careful because these guys hit hard. Let them come to you when you open the door. Wait for them around the corner and then shoot them when they get in your lineup sight. Don't just rush in. To make sure you're on the right path, all you have to do is follow the yellow doors. The yellow doors are the ones you're going to go through the entire map. See, like right here, I open the door and then back up. I let them come to me. If I ran in there on my own, I would have got smoked. Keep following the yellow doors and you'll be on the right path the entire time. Yeah, if I just went in there, I would have gotten killed immediately. Let's wait for them to come to us. Nothing crazy happens really. Just follow the strategy of opening the door and then slowly peeking around the corner. Let them come to you. I'm going to skip ahead a bit. This part is a little tricky. This bridge is going to collapse unexpectedly. When it falls, drop back and get cover. I would get behind this green barrel back here and wait for them to come to you. Keep taking your time with these doors and just keep peeking around the corner. Never rush into a room. This part low-key scared me. I was wondering why there was no one showing up. I did seem a bit suspicious. You end up in a jail cell, and this weirdo prisoner across the way starts talking to you. The scene takes a couple of minutes, but just follow along. It's pretty easy to do. No idea who this guy is. Maybe we'll find out the next event. The floor will crumble and a book will show up in your cell. He wants to book for himself, so when the green mark on the ground shows up, just click on it and it will send it over to him. He will send it back. It is a bar of soap. Grab the bar of soap and put it in the toilet. The soap will melt and something will spawn inside the toilet. Grab it and then turn around and there's going to be a green spot on the ground to place it. Place it on the ground and the guard will come over. Dumb guard fell for it. Let's get out of here. This prisoner is creeping me out. And we did it, guys. Nice job. Here's my rating for this one. Next up is Metro Life. When you load and talk to this person over by the hunt sign. To do this event you have to do it on one of these bikes. Hop on one of these bikes and get started. It will tell you exactly where you need to go. Just click on the hunt badge and then click on go to and it will lead you exactly to each landmark destination. Once there, click on the selfie button, then take a picture while you're on your bike. After you take the picture, you have to click the complete button in the bottom right-hand corner for that location to count. You can click on next location and it will give you directions to the next stop for this quest. There are 6 total locations. Just need to do the same thing at every location and you're good to go. Once you're done with the 6th location, headed back to the start to claim your token. Once you claim it, congrats you, you're all set. This one was pretty easy and you get a nice scenic journey as you're driving your bike. Here's my rating for that one. Last one we're about to do is Drive World. Let's head on in. When you load and spawn in a car, it doesn't matter which car. Then click on the hunt button on the top right-hand corner of your screen. You have to complete 4 obbies. They're all driving obbies. They take around 3 or 5 minutes each. They're medium difficulty. Just make sure you take your time while you're doing them. It doesn't matter how fast you complete them. They all have several checkpoints. So once you get to a checkpoint, and if you die afterwards, you will just respawn at the previous checkpoint. After you complete one of the obbies, you get 1/4 of a token. To get all parts of the token, complete all 4 obbies. And then you will get the token. Pretty straightforward. The obbies take a few minutes each and they're somewhat difficult. But luckily they're not time or anything, so you can take your time with them. Here's my rating for this one. That's all 25 tokens. I hope it helped you guys. If it did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. What was your favorite event from the game? I think my favorite game was Arsenal. They always have a great story. My least favorite was probably Pressure just because it was so hard. Let me know below what yours were. See you guys in the next video.